Okay, hello Kenneth, and here I'm going to give you a little tour of this, what do you call this thing, this Eagle Tree logger and OSD controller. Anyway, I'm going to show you all the guts. I've got it all splayed out here on the workbench. Anyway, just a quick overview. Here's the stuff here. You can see there's all the components. Just kind of go through it. This is a receiver. It's just a generic one that I bought. It's actually PLL controlled, which is nice because I don't have to put crystals in it. Let's see. This is the logger gizmo, where it takes current, measures it. You can also plug in various other sensors, things like temperature. I think we talked about it before. There's even a way, if this receiver has the proper chip in it, I have to investigate it, that will give me a voltage out that is indicative of the receive level from the transmitter. So when the transmitter the signal starts to fade, that voltage will drop, and then it can be fed into this and then registered on the on-screen display, letting me know that, hey, you're flying beyond the control range of this thing, or give me an idea, how the signal fades. Actually, this is probably a shitty receiver, but I just don't know it yet. May have to go with OEM JR equipment. Anyway, so there's that, and then this is a pressure altimeter. It's displaying its highest altitude that it saw since it was last reset. There's the static port for it there. I've got a airspeed indicator on the way as well. It kind of works the same way. And it's kind of cool. These things just kind of daisy chain in here. You can just add another unit in this loop here. Let's see. Here's the GPS. And I've got this stuff double-sided tape to the bench so that it'll all slide off onto the floor. There's a couple of servos. Let's see, these are actually doing something. This one I'm just using to test, make sure I got things plugged into the right place. But anyway, here's the battery I'm using. Here's the video transmitter, which you've seen already. And I'm doing a no-no right now. I've got this wired into one battery, which is actually what you would not do in practice. Anyway, there's a microphone, which is really probably pretty useless. It probably sounds neat for a little while. And then there's Mr. Camera. Anyway, so those are the components there. That's all the airborne junk that gets. And here's a USB cable that's just going down on my computer so I can write changes out to this thingy. And anyway, so here it is. It's connected to the PC. And you can see it's logging. There's the GPS time coming in. Actually, it's not. It's not set up. Let me go ahead and turn it on. Let's see. Somewhere here it's like live, set live, choose. So I'm going to go live with this thing. There it is, set live mode. Now it's actually reading data out of the Eagle Tree box through the USB cord. It's kind of cool when you're setting things up. You can kind of watch it as it's working and go in and make changes to it. But inside the software itself, let's see if I stop this. See, stop live over here, and I go in and do configure the on-screen display. It's reading everything out of the Eagle Tree box, and you can see the little light when they're blinking away as it does that. Isn't that neat? And then here's a representation of the screen position, and I'll show you what that looks like in a minute. I'm not actually going to write any changes out, but you can see there's a whole plethora of things that you can add to this screen to display, and obviously you could clutter up where it's not even useful anymore. So anyway, that's that component there. And then of course I've got my trusty JR transmitter here, and it's currently on. Yeah, you can see it's just to prove to you it's all working. Everything's talking like it should. And if this receiver has fail-safe, so if it loses a signal, the servos will go back to their last position, which I guess is kind of cool. Hope that never happens, but probably will with OSD flying. Anyway, here's the rest of the junk here. Let's see, here's the video receiver. That's just my transmitter warning me I've hit a 10-minute interval. And anyway, it's running off a battery, and I was doing some other tests down here, trying to see if this inverter was powerful enough to run this cool thing, which is that you probably recognize is my screen. Since I don't have any other decent video input, that's just me walking and blocking or multipathing the signal there. I'm going to set this anyway, that voice you hear, that's the little lady in there telling us how far away we are from home. Man, this thing's hard to maneuver. There we go. Wish I could feed the video in here raw, but anyway, so there you can see the setup. I've got just for testing this thing out. Anyway, there's me. Hello. Here's our on-screen thing. Actually, it looks better on there than it did on the video camera. You can see the lens is kind of wide angle. Anyway, there's an overview of our whole system. Okay. So I was going to show you this other stuff, though. Let's see. You can see on here, this gear switch is actually used to program this thing. But if I flip that, it brings up the on-screen menus, and then you can just toggle back and forth and go wherever you need to go. There was another button I have that'll actually select and change these things. We'll just go ahead and exit for now if I can figure out how to get to it. And our battery's fading. There we go. Plug in. The blue screen of death. Okay, you're probably wondering what happened. I guess I went and ate lunch and left all this plugged in, did a very dumb thing, and hopefully didn't toast the cell because it's actually a nice battery pack. But anyway, that's kind of the overview. I think you get the gist. And anyway, hopefully the way I have it all laid out, it doesn't seem as complicated because it's just a box of parts. It's just a bunch of freaking wires going everywhere that didn't make a lot of sense to me. But anyway, that's that part. See you on the next video.